At the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Carry by Taylor to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe him.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on third and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Throwing, Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Taylor. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Shoves him aside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
46, 46. 46. Hey, 47.
46. To throw is Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. Just a gain of a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing, Prescott. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Marr able to put this one through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Able to slither by. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's a big letdown defensively. They had him stop behind the line, but the face mask going to bail the offense out.
And the hand does not have to be up there for too long. Just a little bit of a grab is going to be enough to get the call and the 15 yards against them.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Now Prescott. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Following the fumble recovery, Jones. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Barr. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
46, 46. We go 46.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. Hey, 47. We go 47. 47. Swerve. Hey, go kill. 26.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ballgame. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's Jones on third down. Flushed out right. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Meanwhile, Jones throw into the hands of Pittman here.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Cowboys.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Off play action. Jones on the move to his left.
And this is into the hands of Campbell downfield.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Paris Campbell, 40 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott back to Elliott, and he's got him again. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he is going to lose yardage here. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, kill! 47! Go to 54.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
We're going 47. We're going to 52. Hey, count. 26.
They'll throw again. Prescott. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble and 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 31. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3
from the 10. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They go to Elliott again. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 46. And 47. 26.
Here's Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Hey, kill. Here we we go 47. 47. Everyone kill.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Rodgers to return it. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Prescott now. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
We're going to 53. We're going to 54. Lions. We're going 47. We're going to 53. 26.
Prescott. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner, his 2nd sack of the night.
I like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This one completes Alec Pierce.
Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Allen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action now. Prescott under pressure, and down he goes.
Tarvarius Moore
in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
After the sack on 1st down, Prescott.
He'll get this to Elliott.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for our Cowboys.
Again, it's Elliott. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Go, go, go. Get out there, get out there. Switch, switch it, hey.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Go. 26. 47. 26.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
It was 154 wide.
Here's Gallup getting it on the jet sweep. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick, rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem? Every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
26. Kill. 26.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
It was 154 wide. Go to 54 wide. 26.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. Now the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Inside give to Elliott. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. Elliott running right. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 135 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
And quickly to the outside, that's caught by Lamb. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The give is to Elliott, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Prescott to throw. Touchdown! CeeDee Lamb, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's caught inside the 5.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Oh, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Here's Jones.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up.
Under pressure, they got him again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Now Jones.
Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Cowboys, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.